So today we are at Papa Pesca in Chokwe, Mozambique, southern Mozambique. Papa Pesca is a aquaculture and poultry farm.
Correct.
So we're with Joe and Porter.
Yeah.
So Joe, you've been here since the early days, right?
Since the early days, yeah.
When did it start?
Officially, we cleared start of activity in 2016. So we started breaking the ground. In 2015, we had all our canals were dry. It was drought that year in 2015, so we didn't have water in the canals. Then there was a decision made to go into poultry. To start with poultry, there was no water because the Myaquaponics dam was still under repairs. Remember, that's where we started the poultry farming there. Yeah.
So just to give my viewers a bit of a background, so we from Myaquaponics, we do mainly aquaponics, but a lot of questions come on aquaculture as well. Give a bit of a background on the location here. This used to be the old rice field and the tap off the Limpopo River.
The tap off from the Limpopo River is about, I'd say, 55 kilometers of this irrigation scheme. So there's Limpopo and there's a takeoff point at Makaratan in Barajim, where there's the canal start, which is under ISEP. There's hydraulic system at the Shokwe. They are the guys that are responsible for the canal maintenance and all the payments they're done through them.
So how many breeding ponds do you have?
We have 13 breeding ponds.
4 huttos or more?
They vary. Some groups had in the development program for broodstock did better. So we'll have some groups that are larger and some groups that are smaller. And then after 2-3 years, you would retire your broodstock and get in new genetics. The reason being,
you'll harvest those?
Yeah, we'll probably sell those to market, and that'll be just a larger fish for the market.
So this is a male. So this is a male, eh?
Yeah, this will be a male.
You can just show the pillar.
Okay, there we go. So that's it. That's the penis there.
Yep. So this is a female.
Female.
Just show the oviduct. She's now catching another fish there.
Yes, now she's.
So this has got eggs as well.
So this one will have eggs. Okay, but now Tira.
And these are Niloticus, right?
Yeah, these are Niloticus. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are eggs.
Okay. Levantum could be.
So breadbock. Just like that.
Perfect.
So what we're doing here is egg collection.
Yeah.
And these are 3x10 hopper nets. And the broodstock are kept in here with a 3-to-1 ratio, 3 females to 1 male.
Okay.
And then what happens is they scoop the net to this direction where they corral all the broodstock, and then they will go through the broodstock one by one, doing a stock take and inspecting all the females' mouths for eggs.
So this one here has got eggs in the mouth?
This one actually, no, this one actually has fry.
It's got fry?
Fry and eggs actually. Oh. Okay, now Tina. Alright, that's your fry right there.
Oh, they've got fry already.
Yeah, and they've got the yolk sac on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Tina.
So you put it in there?
Yeah, so this is a bit of similar way how we get the eggs out. You just shake the eggs out like that, and then that's it. Then now the female will, 21 days later, she'll be ready to produce. So
and there's some fry in between there.
So there's fry with the yolk sac. So they're a little more advanced.
So what do you do with these?
These will go to the incubation.
To the tumblers or no?
We will put them in there, and then they'll swim up, and then and when we are ready for them, we will we'll count them volumetrically, and they will go probably tomorrow for sex reversal. We've got the 2 trays here, so one will be for the orange eggs because they're a little more advanced development, and that will be for the yellow eggs, which is the very first stage. So stage 1, stage 2, and then what we saw with the fry, that was stage 3, stage 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once you've checked them, you put them back.
Put them back, yeah.
Onto the hopper there.
Yeah. And then we will release the hopper again, and then tie the base down.
Okay. And this thing works?
So this will be our pond, A1, which is this one here. And then this would be the hopper number.
Yes.
And then as they are collecting the eggs, they would say either it's male or female, and then we would count, do the tally. And then when they get a female, they'll also let you know which egg you have. Is it yellow or orange? So from here, the eggs will go to the hatchery, and they will be disinfected, and they'll be counted volumetrically, and then they will be put into their jar system relating to their stage of development.
You say counted volumetrically. How do you do that?
So we've got a little jug with the mils on it, and you actually just pour the eggs in there, and you see how many mils you've got. So for every 10 mils, you would count the eggs one by one, and then in the future you know how many eggs generally will take up that space. Alright, so what she's doing now, she's preparing potassium permanganate, which we will use for disinfecting. You can see the water will turn purple there. So what that does, that will remove the oxygen from the water, and any living parasite or bacteria will hopefully be killed with that chemical.
And these are the eggs that came from?
These are the eggs that came
the
from
pond.
So now she's just going to remove the water that came from, because this is pond water.
Yeah.
So she's going to remove that and then slowly collect the eggs.
So how many eggs there approximately?
We will see when she gets a reading. So 150. So that should be about 15,000 eggs in the cup there.
King's meal. King's meal.
So now she'll put it in the strainer. She'll put it in there for roughly 30 seconds.
And that goes for yellow and orange eggs.
Those are yellow and orange eggs and fry. Anything that comes into the hatchery you want to disinfect. So these are orange eggs right now. Stage 2 development. If you look really close to the egg, you'll see little black dots, and those are the eyes. That's how you can tell the stages.
This is gone pretty much packed. And now they put it into the tumblers.
Now they put it in the tumblers, and what these tumblers do is mimic the movement of the water through the mouth of the
mummy.
Mouth and the gills of the mother fish.
So from your tumblers.
You can say this is stage 1.
So these are the yellow, eh?
These are the yellow, so that's stage 1. And then these ones that we saw getting put in, that's stage 2.
Some orange here. Yeah. And these, yeah, also orange.
Yeah, this will be stage 3. It's got a little more of a yolk sac, or still a bit of the egg on its belly.
I see it's like little fly.
This I'd say is stage 4.
These just came in. And of course, once the fry hatch, they go down into there.
This is my sex reversal fry feed mixer. So when our volumes of fry increase, instead of hand mixing, we would use this mechanical mixer and mix the feed in here with methyl testosterone.
So these, they haven't been sex reversed yet, eh?
No, these are going through sex reversal. For 21 days they get the sex reversal feed.
So have they already been treated?
They are busy being treated right now.
What sort of ratio do you get when you sex reverse? Do you have an idea or not?
What do you mean, as what becomes male?
The effectiveness, yeah, of the sex.
So what you want is 98% sex reversal. Mm-hmm. That is your goal. Yeah, we don't have the facilities right now for doing the biopsies. So we rely on the hormone to actually do its job, and it's been pretty good.
Biosecurity, obviously because of the chickens and the fish.
Every entrance, there's a deep well, there's a foot bath. You have to wash your hands to come into the premises. Every visitor, this car gets sprayed as well. Before it comes, we've got 2 entrances to get here. You wash there, you come to the second entrance, you wash and you leave your car here. And we're just trying to make sure that we keep it tight to avoid any chances of any diseases coming from.
How many ponds have you got in total now?
Started with 24 ponds in 2017. Okay, so all the ponds were built by 2017 November, and we did our first stocking in November 2017. Training center that we've got, where we bring people from different places. This at the moment is still only in Mozambique, so we get different people, different level of education. They come in, so we're calling it a practical sort of hands-on training. So people, they come here and they do hands-on training. They learn how to do a pond preparation, taking the biometrics, all the parameters, and everything that happen in a cycle. So they stay here for about 6 months, where they're taught to do everything up to harvesting, and so they participate in the commercialization of fish. So they basically, in the 6 months, they've learned how to harvest for 8 cycles, I would say, because I mean, every pond, everyone is participating in that pond. Your question was, how many ponds do we have at the moment? We've got 64 ponds in fingerling production. We've got 82 ponds, if I'm not mistaken, on the including the green water ponds.
So this is my pond layout on the farm. You can see where my broodstock are. What do I need to stock in certain ponds?
What's that on the top left there? Delta?
Delta Echo. That's names of broodstock that I've got.
75,000?
That would be what I want to stock for fingerlings to grow to 5 grams in this pond. So this group is this Delta Echo is just something I wrote here for one of my staff. It's actually this broodstock group here, and the one that we filmed earlier collecting eggs from there. So that's their code name. And then I have more detailed code names for other broodstocks.
So that information that they're collecting there from the broodstock, they can fill in here?
So for the egg collection stuff, that will go into the files and on the computer. But mostly what this is for is to tell me, all right, this is the group that I have in this pond, and that's who we're collecting eggs from, and then which ponds am I doing sex reversal in, and then which ponds need to get stocked with a certain number of fish. So the orange is what I expect the pond to receive, and then a different color on here is what the pond has received into this.
Okay, Calvin, so this is the training center at Papa Pesca?
This is Papa Pesca Training Center.
Yeah, can you just explain what happens here?
Okay, this is Papa Pesca Training Center, where we train people about fish farming. We are located in Shokwe district in Gaza province.
How many people usually come on the course?
We have capacity to allocate 12 trainees at a time, where they stay for 6 months of training. They come here from a public recruitment, where we launch the announcement.
On newspapers or television?
Normally we work with government institutions. We go and we post the announcement. They apply with their CVs and the copy of their IDs. Then they are called for interviews. They come, and according to their skills, to their background, they are selected and to participate.
So can you name like 2 or 3 of those skills that they need to pass?
Normally they should come from somewhere with a potential for fish farming. Second, they should be associated to a company, or they should have a background of fish farming, or they have a capacity to carry on working in fish farming.
Must they have any degrees or qualifications?
No, there is no requirement or in academic background. As long as they can read and write basic things, basic calculations, it's fine.
And do they come from the whole of Mozambique, or from just down this province?
Now in this group we don't represent all the country, but the process is for all the countries. It's for all Mozambique.
Okay. Yeah. Can you give us an idea, as a sort of summary, what do they do from the beginning once they've been selected, what the process is until they get qualified or certified?
Our training is based on commercial tilapia grow out, where we teach people from the preparation, where everything begins, the pond preparation. We teach them pond preparation consists on removing the grass, cleaning, liming, and then there comes this.
Liming of the ponds.
The ponds, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then we fill up the ponds, and then we start with the fertilizing process.
So you teach them about water flow, all that sort of stuff.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And also in the pond preparation, before we have theoretical session of how to build a pond and how to operate it. And we have fertilizing, we have stocking procedures from preparing of the fish, transporting, acclimatization. And then we start with the feeding process, where we have different types of fish according to the different stage of the fish. The starters with higher proteins until the finisher.
Do you also teach them the green water process?
It's part of the model. It's part of the model because we know tilapia is omnivorous fish.
Yeah.
So it's very well natural food, plankton.
Can you give us a quick breakdown of what the green water entails?
Green water, it's a basic model where we grow the fish without feeding. So it takes longer with less cost.
Okay, but how do you create the green water?
Green water is, it depends. It's based on, we can create the green water fertilizing the water, can be inorganic fertilizers or organic fertilizers. For low cost operation, we can use organic fertilizer because are locally available and they are a little bit cheaper compared to the inorganic ones.
Things like cattle dung and chicken poo?
Chicken manure,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And also can use commercial fertilizers such as urea and superphosphate simple. Specific fertilizing program designed for this size of ponds, they follow it until the water turns green.
What size of ponds are they given here?
For the training, we are using 2,000 square meter ponds.
Okay.
Yes.
And they get a place to stay as well, yeah?
They have a housing.
For the 6 months?
Internally, they have housing with electricity, with water, and during the course, they have an allowance that helps them with the basic needs during the course. And continue with the training process. After we stock the fish, we start with the feeding program. And also they learn how to feed according to the behavior of the fish, according to the different seasons that we might be facing. And then we during those feeding process, we do the samplings or biometrics, which allows us to evaluate the growth of the fish and also the health of it. All these activities are going along with the regular harvest that we have, because every week we harvest 2 days. During the week we harvest 2 days. So harvesting is something continuous during the training, because all the week they have opportunity to do harvest twice.
And once they harvest, do those fish go back into Papa Pesca, or do they get to keep some fish? How does that work?
All the fish that is harvested goes to the market.
Goes to the market?
To the market. Once the fish reach the commercial size, we program the harvest according to the market, and then we take the fish. We have our processing plant, and we teach them how to process that fish. Basically now we just take the fish, we harvest the fish, we sort it, we classify it, and froze. After freezing, we pack it, and it's ready for the market. Training, the students, the trainees, they have a participation certificate that can help them for their future.
Do they have to write a test at the end of the course, or not?
Not really. The best results that we can get is the outcomes from the production, the condition of the ponds, and the results that we will get from. We are not working alone as Papa Pesca. Also, we have international technical assistance, and right now we are working with a European company, Aquabiotech, are the ones who are providing technical service for the training and all the operations that we are running.
Abdullah, are you also involved in the training?
Yes, I'm involved in the training. Work with the students, like what Kelvin said. We do involve different methodologies in training, such as role play, group work, lecturers, and also videos, so that people can be able actually to grasp the concepts in different methodologies which are used in this one. And we also emphasize the issue of teamwork, so that the students can be able to complement each other.
Okay, Calvin, so this is where the trainees spend their 6 months.
They spend the 6 months.
Do they each get given one pond, or they shared ponds? Is it two?
Each of them, they have 2 ponds. So we have total 12 houses and 24 ponds, which which student has 2 ponds. Right now, where we are, this is one of our green water ponds. Here we only grow fish with green water pond, only with algae. We don't feed the fish. We stock the fish, 1 fish per cubic meter, and it stays long, from 8 to 11 months until reach the commercial size. It's still in the trial. And we're looking forward to get the best results from it. So the bags that we have here are the fertilizers, organic fertilizer, chicken manure. So we put in bags, we tie it in these poles so that it can stay. And with the current of water, it flushes, and when it decomposes, we get the best nutrients from it. We are looking to get nitrogen and superphosphate as a basic constituent for the algae production. It's type
So these are the student houses?
Yes.
And each student gets 2 ponds to look after?
During these 6 months, but also has experience with the whole 24 ponds, because most of the activities are done in group. So they have experience of all these 24. We harvest together, we do sampling together, and trying to engage and to understand what is the difference, what's the result from each and other pond.
Also, they help one another?
Yes.
It's not individual?
No, they have the responsibility of 2 ponds, but they work in the whole 24 ponds.
Teams?
Yes.
And all ponds are filled at the moment?
Yes, all ponds are filled, stocked. Most of them are ready for harvest, and we're in the harvest process right now.
So during those 6 months, are they already fishing here, or did they put the fingerlings in here and they grow out?
It depends. Normally the training starts when the ponds are empty. They come, they prepare, and they stock on fish.
So they prepare the ponds when they're empty with a lime?
With the lime.
What does the lime do?
To eliminate all the organisms, and also to balance the pH of the water, of the soil, sorry. Yes. So it helps us to disinfect the pond and balance the pH.
What pH do you want in the water?
For tilapia, the suitable pH is from 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Yes.
And what do you average on these ponds here?
The average is closer to 7. The average, you can say 8.
8?
Average, yes, 8.
Okay.
And also, this is a very interesting place, because the farm is along the 10 hectares, which have high salinity. They are no longer useful for the traditional agriculture. They are very good for fish farming, because it has around 2 ppts of salinity, which is good for tilapia because it eliminates all the pathogens of fresh water. So it helps it, and this specific Nile tilapia grows very well in those levels of salinity.
But you also have an entrepreneurial project.
Yeah.
Can you give a bit of a background on how that works? What is the business model?
Yeah. Okay, the entrepreneur model came in because, as you said, we are training people, and after training the people, they have to go away. And what is their future after the training? What are they going into? So we selected the best students from the training center, and part of them, we pushed them into the entrepreneur program. So the entrepreneur program works this way. We give the entrepreneurs, we call them entrepreneurs, each has got a 2 hectares area where they operate. They've got 6 ponds, 2 small ponds and 4 big ponds. The bigger ponds, each pond has got 5,100 cubic meters. They get all the inputs from something like 70,000 juveniles, stocking. Then they get the feed throughout the cycle. we do advance them with some sort of monthly installments, which has to be paid at the end of the cycle. So they get all the inputs, they produce the fish, and after selling fish, they will benefit from the profits. Okay, so they're not paying rentals, and we do a profit sharing. It's like a pond sharing model, where they do the production, we assist them, we've got the technical advice on the ground. The idea was trying to build up capital for them after 3 years, in this entrepreneur program. After this program, then they can go and start their own business or their own ponds, and we try to hold their capital. After the first cycle, they get so much profit. We give them 40% of that so that they can survive, and the 60% we put in a potty. After 3 years, we give, okay, you have made $30,000 the past 3 years, the money. Then we try to support them to start their own operation.
So you keep that money aside and save it for them?
Save it for them.
You're helping in financing their business.
Exactly, and the idea is to make sure that when they finish this program, they've got enough money to start their own business.
To build the ponds.
Build a pond, and at least to get the first cycle right.
This is the same net.
And they're going to start at this side of the pond,
Yes.
and they're going to go towards the end.
They're starting from the deeper side to the lowest point of the pond. Reach the commercial size, we plan the harvest. So 24 hours before the harvest, we cut the feeding.
Yes.
So that the fish can clean the gut's content, and it will prolong the post-mortem.
Okay.
Normally the harvest is according to the market, but for this specific operation, we're going to harvest to process the fish. So we start here, and the process will end in our processing plant.
So these fish are weighing more or less what?
The average per weight is 316 grams.
Okay. And how long have these fish been in this pond?
For 22 weeks now. So we have people holding the bottom of the net, where we have the sinkers, and we have the floaters on top, and other crew pulling up, helping to pull the net, standing by outside the pond. Um pouco para frente. Um pouco para trás, à esquerda, Eugênio. Atravessa lá, ajuda lá a confinar bem. Tua câmera não está coberta, Eugênio. Não está coberta de lama. Pode voltar, pode sair. Então, Francisco, fecha lá, vamos meter todo o peixe na barriga. Encontra onde está a extremidade da rede. Puxa, encontra onde termina a rede. Tenta levar todo o peixe consigo. Deve ter óculos, meu amigo. Vamos.
So they're washing the fish now, eh?
Yes.
We're just rinsing them. What a fish, eh?
Beautiful. So now we'll wash and we're looking for a deeper place where we can be able to wash all the fish.
Yeah, just to rinse it with water.
Yes. And then we start taking out.
Now they're going to take the fish out of the net in crates, and on their way to the processing unit and then cold storage
And
before
we
it
put
gets
on
transported
the,
out to Maputo and other markets.
And those ideas we need for the way we're going to do nursery. Yes.
Quite a good catch.
Mais caixas. Água.
So these are the trainees that we saw yesterday, and they're busy harvesting their own prawns. They did it as a team.
I don't know how ready Teresa is there. When I went there, just opened tilapia and I lot on Nile tilapia, ready for sale.
Okay, is that a male?
It's a male, and also in the grow out we only use males as there's fast growth and good conversion rates.
Okay.
So in this operation, all the fish that comes from the incubator is sex reversed, so they are males.
Okay.
You can find some females, but 95 to 98% they are male.
That's a good percentage. Would you say this is a good catch today?
It was a good catch. We have around
About 20, no, more than 20 now, right?
So we have
24.
around 700 kgs of fish, one catch.
That's a beautiful fish, eh?
Yeah. Fresh, ready for market.
Excellent. Also male, eh?
Yeah. Also it's male.
Just
You
get
can
it close
see
to the guy.
stripes.
Ah, beautiful fish. Mouth. Just go all the way around. Nice red tail.
Yeah. Healthy, fat, beautiful.
So this pond here, Calvin's going to empty it out now.
Yes.
There used to be, we've just harvested. And we'll show you how the monk works.
The boards.
So they remove the plants?
The bed, yes.
Yeah?
They remove the soil also, and we're letting the water out. And this protects the fish from jumping out the pond. So this line stays.
Okay, so that protects the fish from jumping across. And the fish that are left over here, where do you put them?
We'll continue, we'll do another seine. The idea is to remove all, to drain the pond completely. So once we started, we will empty this pond and we'll start preparing for the next cycle.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's where you're going to lime this thing as well?
Yes. And then we drain, we clean completely, we cut all the grass, and then we lime. 5 days after, we fill it up, and then we start fertilizing.
How long do you leave it empty for?
Empty for 5 days, sunny days, 5 sunny days. Yes.
And this water is going to the canal?
All the water, yes. This is the drainage, internal drainage canal, which connects to our bigger drainage, which goes to our sedimentation pond at the top there. And then once the nutrients settle, we release the water to the external environment.
What is, if you can share, what sort of tonnage are you doing of fish per annum at the moment, and where do you want to go in the next, say, 2-3 years? Where do you want to take it up to?
Yeah. Last year it wasn't that much. We did 70 tons last year, fresh on ice. That's what we harvested. This year we still got fish in the pond. I don't think we'll be able to finish harvesting by December. But we had a target of 200 tons, but because of the predators, we've reduced to 150 tons. And next year, we are still targeting at 200 to 250 tons. Then probably the other year will be expanding a little bit more. But our target was sitting at on full capacity with the plan that we had with Norgasville. We're looking at 800 tons.
Alimentar, né? Não vai alimentar? Tem. This one goes to the clean water.
From the
This
ponds.
is where we receive, yes, we receive the fish, so we're preparing to receive the fish.
Yeah.
Will be cleaned, and from here we'll go to the processing room.
This ice, does it kill them or?
Yes, for kill the fish, we clean and kill the fish by thermonecrosis. And then from here we lower the temperature of the water, we kill the fish,
Yeah.
and we clean it, then we take it to
From there it goes to
the
processing
yes,
plant,
yes,
goes through there,
where we distribute according to the
and it goes inside here.
where it's sorted
It gets sorted.
according to the size.
Okay.
Yes.
And then from there it goes on ice, some go on ice and some go into
to the-
deep freeze.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the truck coming from the ponds. It creates the fish. Ice will, or the cold water will kill the fish.
Vuoi darti non vuoi un po'. Posso virare dentro di tanto. Here we want to clean and kill the fish. So this process takes around 15 minutes, and then we start moving the fish. The metabolism of the fish is lower. It will help us there when we are sorting.
How do you remove them? Do you lift the net up or you do use crates?
We used to crates from here to inside. So what we do, we crowd the fish slowly. We crowd to this corner and we start removing, sending inside. And inside they receive, they do the first weight, and then they put it in the selection table.
Okay, so
Teresa deixa, abre a sala, do outro lado também. Ok. Leva logo para a mesa de seleção, coloca na mesa de seleção. The first thing that we do is to weight. We take the first weight. We call it pre-selection. And then we record the weight. From the weight, we take the fish straight to our selection tables, which has a ruler that helps us to select the fish according to the weight. This is the relation between the weight and the length of the fish. So we know from this mark to this mark, we know this fish is up to 180 grams. From this mark to this mark, we know the fish is from 180 to 300 grams. From this mark up to this mark, also we know that this fish is from 300 to 400 grams. And after this mark, we know this fish is above 400 grams. For example, this one, we know. And also it's distributed in the crates.
Okay.
This size, we know this fish is 400 grams. So we allocate in the crate of 400 grams. This one also goes. This one also goes.
So they're done individually, eh?
Yes. one by one, until we finish the process. So I'm not supposed. So. Okay. We have to keep the.
These are the bigger fish here. 400 grams plus. Okay, so this is ice crushing machine.
Ice crushing, yes.
And some of the fish will go on ice.
On ice, yes.
And some will be frozen.
Frozen. Cuidado com as bandejas, por favor.
So you make sure it's 20 kilograms per box, eh?
Yes.
More or less.
Yes. Então pode levar para.
Now these fish are going to go on ice.
This one
And
for
be sold as
fresh
fish.
ice. Yes. So we put ice, 3 layers of ice. First layer is ice, and then fish, ice fish, and on top ice. So that one is ready. Ice can stay for 12 hours. If you're not able to sell it, you can change with this ice can stay for 12 hours. And then you can also put more ice to stay up plus 6 hours. And then goes to 18 hours for fresh on ice.
From here, it goes out there.
Yes. So for freezing, we use these crates to put the fish.
That's for the deep frozen fish.
Yes. Should be one single fish to avoid it to stick together. So this one is ready. Vai deixar onde tu quer dizer, lá naquele canto.
Look, we all know that aquaculture is not a cheap business to get into, and you guys have obviously spent a lot of money here, as I can see. You've had funding yourselves, right?
Yep. We're working in collaboration with a Norwegian NGO, Norgesvel. That's from 2017. We had the first 3-year project. That was a proof of concept to start up with those 24 ponds. Then after that, we had an extension of another 4 years. Talking of challenges, number one, it is feed. Feed is our biggest cost in the production, it's sitting at 70 to 75, 78% in our production cost. We are currently importing feed from Mauritius, and you know, there's a dollar element. We are earning in Medicash, and when you want to buy feed, we have to buy dollars.
And you're selling in Medicash, you're selling your produce in Medicash.
And yeah, exactly. We're selling fish, we sell in Medicash.
But and your inputs are in dollars?
In dollars, yeah. And that's our major. One of the solution to the feed thing is probably to have our own small fabricants.
I don't want to give you trade secrets, but I believe your food conversion ratio is FCR
Yes.
is well below the 1.4 normal.
Yeah, we're getting something like 1.3, which is good. You know, we've got challenges, or we're talking of predators, you know, because of the feed. You know, you get your 1.3 as an FCR, and we get pelicans or different predators around, and I think that's one of the major things that we should look into. Yes, when we've got small fish, we used to put strings over the ponds, you know, protecting the small fish. When they get bigger, he said, "No, it's done. We don't need to do that." But right now, you know, we've got a new challenge with the pelicans, and we've got the lontra, you know, the otters. Yeah. So all those things, they're hammering us left, right, and center. We are getting down probably sometimes below 75% of survival.
So what are your plans to address that? Is it having more people around chasing the birds away? And
we've already for the otters, we are putting electric fencing around the pond. On the training center, it's already there. It's functioning. We're busy finishing up on the entrepreneur area there. That will sort out all the lontras.
Is that effective against the otters?
Yeah, that's effective. That's effective. And now the bird issue, have started doing the night shifts, because the pelicans, they go harvesting at night. We saw a footage, we've got cameras controlling, we saw a footage from our cameras at night, midnight, 3 a.m. The pelicans are there harvesting, and they go in groups. And they're chasing all the fish. The fish goes one side, and they start, you know, having a festa there.
Joe, thanks for your time, and
you.
hope to come back here in another year or 2 years' time to see the progress.
Looking forward to see you, bringing more people to come and visit us and see what you're doing here.
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
We've got a beautiful program here. Things are getting every day, technology, things are changing. Apart from hands-on training, we've got televisions that we put up there. People, they've got material that they listen to. They do look some videos from YouTube. We try making sure that people, they know what they're doing. When they come out after 6 months, people they are fully equipped, to go into the system and start their own thing.